Hey Believers, this is SuperZombGBBQ, and today we have had the first news and confirmation of SuperCard Season 5. There are many things to discuss in this video, trust me. This is exciting news, and apparently this is going to be the first of many reveals of information about Season 5. We've got a brand new logo, details about a tier shakeup, almost like a superstar shakeup, but there's no trading of brands. There's actually going to be some tiers removed, and on top of that we've got confirmation of a couple other features as well. So let's get right into it, no time spared. If you like what you see in this video and you are hyped for Season 5, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on. But let's start off with the big news, and you can see right here on WWE SuperCard, not only their Twitter but on their website, you've got details of Season 5, the tier shakeup, and details. We're going to go into complete analysis over this. First of all, a brand new logo. I'm kind of half with it because I think it looks nice, but I also think it's a little bit simplistic. Maybe they might be changing a lot of the art in game to this, but we'll have to wait and find out when the game comes out, or when we see more details like screenshots, etc. But let's start on the details of the blog. First of all, it says R4, a time for tricks and treats, amazing debuts, and well, Rey Mysterio is back. Well, he is kind of the event card. You can't really avoid that, you know. He's just there, but whatevs. While they're not ready to talk about everything yet, they did want to mention to us about how they're shaking up tiers. So the news, and I'm gonna just make sure this comes across absolutely perfect, because some people already are getting the wrong end of the stick on this one. So what they're going to do, go to the catalog, is that as of now you have these things called legacy cards. Now legacy cards, if you go to the catalog, you can press active and you see legacy. Now these are all season 1 cards. The season 1, all the cards there are legacy cards because they couldn't be used, but there's a reason for that, and I'll get to it in a moment. Now, if you want to download the legacy cards, you go to here, you go to downloadable content, and you'll have all the legacy card images show up. Now, as of Season 5, there'll be a few extra tiers join these, and all of these will be from Season 2. So everything from common all the way up to SummerSlam will disappear from the catalog. Now, just to clarify, these cards, if you've got them, will still be available in the game, and you will not lose anything. You will not lose any of your images. They are going to remain there, but if you get rid of those, then those cards will never be able to be used in your catalog again or in your deck again, because they will be gone. There are plans for some kind of legacy fusion chamber, maybe to get the images of those, but I don't know whether that's going to be in this season or going to be in Season 5. So just to break this down again, you are not losing any of your cards. It is not a reset. The stats are not being changed, but the tiers between common and SummerSlam, anything up to hardened, basically, the tiers are going. You won't be able to pull them off the board anymore. The images will still be there. And I would imagine, although this is not confirmed, they'll join this list of all the legacy card images, because they are now going to be called legacy cards in the game. Other than that, they've not confirmed anything else about the catalog, but they have spoken about the new starting point. So hardened will be effectively the new common tier, but it's not being called common. It's just going to be, that's the starting point. When you jump into the game, you'll get a deck of ultimate level cards, and you'll be able to face ultimate level opponents. Harden will become the new base of, so when you start the game, it'll be common. The lowest card that you can pull off the draft board would be a hardened card, then it'd be elite, then it'd be ultimate, and so on and so forth. Despite this change, stats on the cards, like I said, are not going to be changed at all. If you're not a new player or below hardened, you'll also get an ultimate deck when Season 5 begins. However, your version of this deck will be loaded with cool rewards based on how long you've been playing the game. So basically, they're going to probably give us some stuff. I don't know whether it's going to be based around the LMS cards where they gave us special images or something. I'd like to know more about this, because if it's like exclusive stuff, or maybe some cards that are like really special for depending on how many stars you've got. And I actually had a conversation on Twitter earlier that these stars in the catalog should mean something, because at the moment, for example, I've got 4,457 stars in the catalog. Now, if you had that and that meant something, that you got an extra special card image, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe that'll happen. We'll have to wait until we get more info on that. The reason they did the tier shake-up is pretty simple. In their words, we want players, both new and vets, to jump into the game and quickly be more competitive than they are right now. They're effectively going back to Season 3, that starting point. Currently in Season 4, players are collecting thousands of cards across minor tiers that no longer play prominent roles in the design of the game anymore. Which makes sense, because even the SummerSlam cards barely raise the levels of the newer cards at all. So this makes total sense. I did just clarify with the guys over at Cat Daddy that it does mean that anything from Ultimate upwards would count as a board reset. So if you get a Hardened or an Elite card, that will not count as a board reset. For anyone who is more a veteran of the game, or maybe has, I don't know, a bit of experience or knows what I mean by board resets, which is when you pull cards off the board and it then shows up with a rare or overcard, now that will now be Ultimate and up. So just to clarify that. One thing to note, Hardened is not replacing Common, they're just shifting where the starting point is, which is pretty simple. They're then mentioning the legacy cards that fall under Hardened will still have a place in the game. You'll still be able to continue to collect them in a definitely not new fusion chamber. So basically they're going to bring back a fusion chamber. And it looks like this one is going to support multiple fusions, at least where you can do one normal fusion and do a second fusion that is part of like a promotion or something. We'll have to wait until we get absolute clarification on that. If you currently have any legacy cards, don't worry, they'll still be available in Season 5, which is what I said earlier on, and the card catalogue will continue reflecting your fruits of your labour. So it'll be just like if you were in Season 1 and you got the stars there, and Season 2, etc. It'll keep building up and building up and building up. It then says we care about legacy cards, what they mean to you. We care about their history in the game. We're working on fun ways for you to utilize them from time to time. The story, in a sense, isn't written quite yet. Even with the shiftings and shaking, your current top cards will continue to be top cards. Seasons bring new tiers, totally, but we want you to be in a position to go up against them. So basically, if you're in SummerSlam 18 now, you'll be in SummerSlam 18 when it starts. If you are in Goliath now, you'll be in Goliath when it starts. WrestleMania 34, etc. And just copy and paste for the rest of the tiers. It does say this is right now is probably the best time to start fleshing out missing pieces of the collection. So if you look for your catalog, for example, if I go to my catalog here, I want to go to, I mean, I've got all the uncommon cards in the catalog, so that's the only one I've ever actually completed as such. If I go to rare here and I see a bunch of cards, in fact, probably better to go to maybe, because this has a lot of the old legacy fusions. But if I go to, let's say, Epic as an example, and let's pick one from the Epic tier. Let's go Brie Batter. So if I pull a Brie Batter off the board or a Bailey off the board, I want to be saving the Brie Batter and that Bailey to get myself another star. Realistically speaking, the likelihood of me putting two of those in that time is going to be very, very small. But if it does happen, it gives me an extra opportunity to get myself some good cards. I'm really happy with the changes they're making so far. Obviously, we want to see more of it, and I personally thought they would bump up a little bit more, maybe to Beast tier. But I can also understand that they'll probably now start getting rid of the previous season's tiers every time a new season comes out. So when Season 6 comes out, they'll get rid of Season 3. Season 7, they get rid of Season 4, and so on and so forth. The way I see it now is these are really, really good changes. I like what they've brought into the game right now. The way that they're building this, I do think that the numbers should have changed. I personally felt that maybe the numbers are getting too high, and I have given them that to them as feedback. But maybe the numbers aren't what people should be looking at the moment. Hopefully in the future, at some point, they're going to start reducing that down. Otherwise, we're going to go into millions and millions and then billions. And eventually, you're going to have numbers across the entire card. So it's not even going to be a card anymore. It's just going to be this thing with numbers across it. But I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I'm really, really psyched for this, and I can't wait to hear more information. But the basics of this is that Season 5 has been confirmed. Multiple fusions have been pretty much confirmed. We're losing tiers out of the game, but you're not going to lose your cards. And they're going to have ways in the new season of getting those cards if you miss out on them. Plus, they're going to be giving everyone an ultimate deck dependent on how long you've been playing the game. If it's a newbie deck, then basically you join, you get ultimate cards, and you're good. If you are a long-term player of the game, or you're below hardened right now, you are going to grab yourself a deck which might have some special bits and pieces in there, which I mean, the best way to say it is it might help you out, it might not help you out. It might be a couple of really cool images, it might be nothing special. Hopefully we'll see. That's one of the things I really want to touch on with them, is to understand how good those cards are going to be. So let's get this game of Ring Domination. If you are playing Ring Domination this week, let me know in the comments if you got anything good from it. I personally have barely played because I'm away at the moment, but I wanted to get this news to you guys as soon as possible. So I'm hoping, well, let's go for hopes and what I think should be in Season 5. But whilst we're getting this done, I'd like to see something that, I don't know, something that like is a new game mode, or maybe a game mode that's been redesigned. Maybe something like Road to Glory, or maybe change the way the PvP works. I think just in general, Season 4 has become a little bit overcomplicated. So that'll be something nice, and maybe that'll be the case. Maybe we'll get something completely new, and everything I'm talking about is a load of rubbish. But either way, I'm hoping for lots new, and maybe we'll get some more in the next couple of days about Season 5 and confirmation of the release date. As I mentioned in the previous video which I did about Season 5, which I'll link up in the top right hand side, I will go with most people are predicting, which is that the game will be released around about Survivor Series time, the week beforehand, before Survivor Series. And surely we'll hear some more information on that soon. Maybe around the time that the Trick or Treat event ends. But that's going to be it from me today. Season 5 hype begins right now. So if you're hyped for it, let us know by leaving that like on the video, subscribing to the channel. Your comments in the comment section. If you've got any questions, I might be able to answer them. The best bet is to hit up SuperCard on Twitter or on the forums, and I'll link you to all of the details about Season 5, which has just come out today, in a description below. But until next time, I've been SuperZombGBBQ. You have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.